Good morning, everyone. I just finished another journal. I haven't been making too many lately because I also sell jewelry at the farmer's market. So I needed to work on earrings. It's kind of the off season right now. We don't start up again until April. And it's an indoor market, so it's a very nice place to sell my stuff. I can sell my journals and my collage cards and my jewelry. I also do needle felting. But yeah, we closed down for a few months in the winter, and it's a good time for me to get caught up on things. And I really needed to get caught up on making earrings because that's my big seller. Usually, that selling earrings kind of supports my junk journaling. So that's the way I kind of look at it. But I also sell these. In fact, this one is for sale. I put 75 on that, and that would cover shipping if somebody wants to get it. Otherwise, it will end up at the farmer's market. So I had this old Fluent French for Beginners book. So I'm calling this the French book. And it's a pretty old cover. I like this picture. It's a boy opening a window. I took French myself in high school, so some of this was a little familiar. So anyway, I decided I liked the cover and I liked the spine, and I was just going to use it as is. I did add a little charm up here. It's a postage stamp and then a little gold bee. And I have to thank Jessica Rapp for sharing her tips on how she does her closures with ball chain. And then instead of buying those expensive Tim Holtz hitching posts, which I don't mind buying, but she came up with another kind of a solution to it. It's so what she did is take a large gold brad, or any kind of brad, any color, but it has to be one of the longer ones. And she put a hole in the cover, put a eyelet on there, but turned it the opposite way so it's just sticking up, and it makes a nice little post. And then I folded the brad onto the inside and then just covered it up with this little bit of scrapbook paper. So it really works really well. And then she did give another tip also on the ball chain closures. She said, put your ball chain through a large jump ring instead of through the eyelet hole. So now you don't have that twist, and the ball chain just lays flat. So thank you, Jessica Rapp. Check her out. Her channel is 2 Silver Oranges, and she sells on Etsy. She makes journals, and they sell just like that. I mean, she makes them and they're gone. Anyway, so here's the book. I kind of liked the inside cover because it had all of this. Somebody had written all their little notes here in pencil, and I hated to cover that up, so I left that, and also left it on the back. And then I just reinforced the spine with some Tyvek, then put this fabric over the top, and then the hidden spine is on a piece of file folder, a heavy file folder material with a extra paper glued on to make extra layers, so it makes a really nice spine. And I started each signature off with a piece of my plum tea dyed paper. I thought the paper was going to turn out plum colored, but interestingly enough, it all turned blue, which I thought was really pretty. So each one of the signatures starts with a collage on the blue paper. Then I had a lot of fun with this one. It doesn't really have a French theme. I chose more of a nature, flowers, butterflies, birds, all the kind of stuff that I love. And I had this beautiful little book about flower arranging, and the pages fit perfectly, so I added a few pictures from that book. Isn't that pretty? And then this is just some avocado dyed computer stationery, which came out really nice. I like the color of that. A page from an old children's book with a story about a cat, so I had to put a little cat sticker up there. Tea-stained paper. This is a page from a book about birds with some really nice illustrations in it. And I didn't really want to cover up the back part here that tells about the Canada geese. So I just stitched a extra piece of paper right there. So there's writing space, but still you can read about the Canada geese if you want to. Here's a washi sticker. So this is a pocket made out of an Edith Holden book page. And I do like using book pages for lots of things. This is actually a page from a book about Impressionist painters. So I just turned it into a tag and put writing paper on the back. Lots of stitching. And a postcard, which is from North Carolina. This looks like a nice, pretty little country road. This is a page from an old German reader. So the pages from the actual book are all in German. But once again, somebody had written pencil notations on the pages, which I always enjoy seeing that. It just adds something to the page and makes it more interesting. Some collage, some of my spray inked ledger paper, which because those pages are so big, I folded it up and made pockets. So that's how the center of each signature is. So this is a collaged guest check with a fussy cut flower and a collage tag with just a little pocket here. That's I think this was a Graphics 45 piece of scrapbooking stuff, and also this, which goes with it, and just this little printed out bird card. So they go in this pocket. So this center part could also be used as writing space, of course. And another Edith Holden page pocket. And then a collage tag. This is some of an old catalog I have. And an old picture. It's not really a postcard, but it's a picture of some bridge. It could be the London Bridge. I doubt it, though. So here's some more of that German book, the text of it, which I love the font of it. It's just very, I don't know, it looks like calligraphy. It's very pretty. This was cut out of a field guide book on flowers. So that's part of the bird book. Love these old children's books. Don't even have to tea stain them. They're naturally stained. This is avocado dyed paper. It's from the flower arranging book. Washi sticker. So that's the first signature. So second signature also starts with the plum tea dyed paper with a collage on the front. So each signature is pretty much set up the same way. Same kinds of pages. It's just a very nice illustration. It's stamping on a scrap of fabric that I stitched around. This is from the German reading book. Another Edith Holden pocket. This one has an old postcard of Bouchart Gardens in Victoria, British Columbia. And not sure where I got that this little journaling card, but I added some space up for writing on the back. It's kind of neat because it's embossed and shiny. This was given to me by a friend who has one of those little laminating machines. Those are really cool. I actually got one too, and I'm still trying to work out the bugs because when I do my laminating, it seems to come out wrinkled. So I'm going to have to get a little more practice with it. No snag paper clip. So here's the center again of this signature, and here we have a vintage postcard with a penny stamp on it. The writing is in pencil, so very difficult to read. And this is just a piece from a vintage greeting card and my business card. Some little stitch clusters that I made when I had some time. So here I've printed onto some of that overhead projector paper, film actually, floral print, and then layered it on top of some collaging. Some fussy cut flowers. The red-headed woodpecker. And last, signature with a collage front, flower arranging book, another beautiful illustration from that bird book. This is old. I'm not sure how I came across it, but it was kind of falling into pieces, so I needed to glue it down on something. So I thought it would work well there. And a little uptuck with, this came with a bunch of vintage greeting cards I got. It's like a little letter, and just like the way it was printed, and this kind of just tucks in there like that. And I'm going to tuck it right into my little uptuck, if I can get it in. Collage tag with a little bit of a doily stitched on top. And the center, I have some pockets. This is a print that I stitched onto some paper collaged. I don't know if you saw my the tutorial I did on the bleeding tissue, but after I had used the bleeding tissue to transfer the color to the paper, I saved all the little tissue scraps, and this is kind of what they look like. I thought they were interesting and would be fun to use in collage, and so I did. And another postcard. Greetings from New Baltimore. I just love that picture from the German reading book. And another collage tag. This is also from the old book I have of Impressionist paintings. So I just kind of cut some circles and stitched those down, and then did some stitching around the outside. So I used this Edith Holden page to make a pocket. And inside is a picture of my mom and her first husband. I like this picture. She must have been about like 18 or 19 years old. They got married really young. I love the boots she's wearing. Yeah, my mom was quite a character. Old children's book page. This one is very fragile, so it needed to be glued onto something. And there we go. That's the end. So thanks for watching. I'll be working on journals after I get all those earrings finished that I need to finish. But I decided to take a little break and have some fun and make this little book. Okay, have a great day.